Hey, good morning, everyone. Jeff here, Jeffrey Kaiser Photography out of Los Angeles. I want to show you the latest scam email I received, and I want to give you some tips on how to not be defrauded out of all of your hard-earned money. All right, check this out. You're a new photographer, you're just getting started, you've got a little bit of a social media following, you're getting some clients, things are going places for you, and you get this email. Collaboration opportunity for Under Armour in their post-COVID awareness campaign. This can be very exciting. Big name company wants you to work with them on a real ad campaign. Don't freak out. Almost 100% of the time, this is a scam. All right, let me show you the red flags. The very first moment I knew that this email was a scam was when I received it, because it came into me completely unsolicited. I have never worked for Under Armour. I don't have a relationship with anybody at that company. I didn't reach out to them. There was no job announcement. All of a sudden, this email showed up in my inbox. Anytime you get an unsolicited email like this, you always want to really look into it, make sure that it's not a scam before you fall for it. All right? So here's the huge red flags. Who is this email from? Sandra Berry at sandraberry1256@gmail.com. All right, Sandra, nice try. Right away we know this is a scam. People who work for large corporations like Under Armour aren't going to be having Sandra1256@gmail for their email address. They're going to have an email address that's associated with their company or their URL, their website. Hell, I'm a one-guy photographer in LA, and yes, I do use Gmail for my email server, but when you email me, it's jeff@jeffreykaiserla.com, which is my website. It's not jeff@gmail. Anyhow, anytime you see a huge company sending you an email with a Gmail account, 99.9 to 100% of the time it's a scam. But anyhow, let's entertain Sandra. Let's see what she has to say. Hi, hope this message finds you well. Aw, very polite. My name is Sandra Oldham. Wait a second. Is it Sandra Oldham or is it Sandra Berry? Okay, I get it. Maybe married maiden name issue, but these scammers don't proofread these. Most of the time, these scammers operate somewhere other than the United States. They don't even speak English. They're just copying, pasting templates into emails and fire them out, hoping something sticks. So this is another thing to look for. When names don't match, when they're spelled wrong, when it's a common name with a really uncommon spelling, or sometimes it'll be a common name, but they'll put the last name first, first name last, because these scammers can't read the language. They're just typing stuff. So these are huge red flags. Anyhow, let's see what Sandra has to say. I am the project manager with global marketing operations at Under Armour with a Gmail address. Yeah, right. We've been following your work on Instagram and are inspired by your creativity and distinctive style. Great, Sandra, caught you in another lie. Yes, I have an Instagram account. I am a headshot photographer and I do product photography. I have done some apparel campaigns, but not many, and you're not going to see those on my Instagram. You go to my Instagram, you're going to see a bunch of actor and corporate headshots. Nothing that Under Armour would reach out to me for. Anyhow, I anticipate we're going to get the ego stroking coming next. We believe your voice would be a strong fit for our upcoming post-COVID awareness campaign scheduled for launch in January of 2026. Oops, Sandra, it's July of 26. You're a little bit late on your casting. Sorry to break it to you. This is another huge red flag. You're going to see things like this. They don't proofread. They might not even know what it says. They're just firing stuff out. So you're going to see some stuff that doesn't make any sense. But let's continue. See what else Sandra has to say. If you're interested in collaborating with us, please confirm your availability. Upon confirmation, we will happily share further details regarding compensation, logistics, and next steps in the process. It's very important to recognize a sentence like this when you see it. This is called the hook. All right. This makes you think that you have already been selected for the job and all you have to do is confirm your availability and they are going to share all this information with you. You're ready to go. This is a real photo shoot. No, it's not. Now we have the call to action. As we are currently finalizing casting, we would appreciate a timely response. So they're giving you a little taste of what information you'll get, and they are rushing you to follow through to contact them and confirm your availability. All right, so now here's what we have now, a link that says apply now. All right, when you see these emails, please, please, please don't click on the links. Not unless you do your homework, do all the verification you can. And if you firmly believe that it's a legitimate email and the link is safe, by all means, go do you. But when you see this many red flags in an email from a Gmail account that's completely unsolicited with false information or inaccurate information, please don't click on the links. Now, here's what you can do. Very carefully, if you hover over the link, a lot of times it'll show you a little preview window, a little box will pop up, and it will tell you what that link actually links to. Now here they've replaced the link with the words apply now, which is very common. A lot of places will replace links with text to just kind of neaten up the email a little bit. In this case, it doesn't show you a preview of what this links to, so I would not click on this link. Now, what you can do is very carefully right-click on the link and go to Copy Link. Now that link is copied to your clipboard, but your computer is not accessing that link. What you can do now is go online. There's a number of websites that will let you test a URL to make sure it's safe before you go to it. Paste that link in that website and you'll see where it links to. I've already done this, and in this case it links to a Microsoft Office Forms, which is something that anybody with a Gmail account can create for free. No reason for Under Armour to be using those. All right, so that's what Sandra has listed here. Now, typically, because I have experience investigating fraud, and yes, for about 20 years before moving to LA, I worked in public safety. This was me back in the day, so trust me, I have heard countless heartbreaking stories of people who have been defrauded out of thousands and thousands of dollars that they'll never get back. I don't want that to happen to you. That's why I'm showing you this video, giving you these things to watch out for. All right, here's what Sandra is most likely going to do. They want to steal from you, and whatever they want to get is what they're going to go after. Sometimes it's money, sometimes it's your information, sometimes it's your data. If it is your information, what they're going to do is they're going to try to get you to put as much information into this application process as possible. Now, your name, address, phone number, none of that is secret. We're photographers. We have businesses. A lot of times you can get all that information right from our website. You don't even have to send us a scam email. But they're going to take it a little further. They're going to ask for your social security number. They might ask you to set up a fake account on their website. And in doing so, they may ask you some privacy questions that you'll have to answer, you know, kind of like the bank security questions. What street did you grow up on? Who was your first cat? What was your first car? You know, when you create those questions on their website and you provide answers, you're basically giving them answers to bank security questions. All right, they get enough of those saved up, they will be able to input your answers into your actual bank account, get the security questions right, and they will have access to your bank. So don't give that information away freely, please. The other really popular scam that what they're probably going to do here is called the bad check scam. If I were to reply to this with whatever BS, let's say I replied with, oh my God, I love Under Armour. I bought my Under Armour heated toilet seat 2 years ago and I've loved it ever since. You know, just something that makes no sense at all. Anybody who actually worked for Under Armour would be like, what in the hell are you talking about? But these scammers will say, great, love it, we're going to bring you on board. We're going to send you a check for $9,000. All right. Then they're going to say, I have to pay the makeup artist $1,000 and the talent $2,000, and the $6,000 remaining is mine to keep. And that's my money that I earned for doing the photo shoot. Here's how the scam works. All right. When they send you that check for $9,000, you deposit it in your bank. Initially, it's going to look like everything is going through. The funds are going to appear in your account the day of or the next day. But the bank doesn't stop there. All right, the bank does additional checks to make sure that the check that you deposited is a valid check that links to a valid account with actual funds available. Now, that next step that the bank completes can take like a week, sometimes a week and a half. So from the moment you deposit that check that the scammer sends you, they are on the clock. So what's going to happen is the scammer is going to pressure you really hard to send the money out. They're going to threaten you with legal action. They're going to tell you that the shoot is canceled and you have to pay back all the money and then some, whatever, if you don't send the money to their team right away. And if you say you're going to send a check, they're always going to want it instantly. They'll want it by Venmo. They'll want it by Zelle, any cash sharing apps. Sometimes they'll want you to go buy a gift card and scratch off the card and give them the card number so that they can withdraw the funds. They will do whatever they can to get that money immediately. Because here's the scam. When the bank realizes that that $9,000 check is fraudulent, they're going to take all $9,000 out of your bank account. Now, any money that you've already sent out to the scammer is lost forever. You cannot recover that. It's very, very unlikely that any suspects will be identified in a case like this. These scams perpetrate from overseas and clandestine offices. It's so difficult to even find out where they are, let alone prosecute them. And oftentimes they're outside of the laws of the United States, so you can't really prosecute them even if you found them. Even when I worked in public safety, I would always tell people that there was virtually no chance of getting that money back. It's lost. So please, 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 if you get one of these emails, do your due diligence, look for these red flags, go to Google, type in collaboration opportunity, Under Armour post-COVID awareness campaign. Let's do that right now and see what we get. So we're going to open up Google and we're going to paste it in there and we're going to see what Google tells us. Is a widespread recruitment scam. Users on social media platforms agree major brands do not randomly scout freelance models via direct messages or personal email address. Why it's a scam: we have the fake sender, unsolicited offer. Here's the agreement that somebody posted on Reddit. Responding usually leads to requests for upfront fees, personal identification data, or fake check scams under the guise of covering wardrobe or production costs. Pretty much the things I explained to you already. So please, please, please don't fall for this. You work hard for the money that you earn. I want you to keep it. I don't want these scammers to get it from you. And I will say this. If you get one of these emails and you're not quite sure if it's a scam and you want some help taking a look at it to look for some of these red flags, by all means, shoot me an email, give me a call, text, whatever. I'll put all my contact information in the link to this video. All right. I will look at whatever email. I'll help you out. I'll give you my honest feedback on it. All right. So if you have any questions, reach out. You know where to find me. Once again, everybody, hope you have a wonderful morning. Jeff here with Jeffrey Kaiser Photography, signing off.